Hey, how's it going, YouTube? How's it going? EX-JW here. Roberto is the name. Roberto is speaking. Thank you so much if you're checking out another video. I appreciate your support. Thank you if this is your first time checking out one of my videos. I appreciate you too. I want to start off by sending a big, huge, major shout out to the whole EX-JW community. This video, it's a few things that I want to cover. I want to just let you know and warn you of my excitement. It's something that I've been wanting to really talk about. And was kind of like thinking about how I can like pretty much put it in a way that is relatable. For me being who I am, I've kind of learned that sometimes you just gotta figure that out along the way as you're doing it in real time. So bear with me because I'm gonna do my best, but I'm definitely gonna get my message out there. Point being, I think that the reason why I'm so excited is because in this video, I'm gonna answer why I feel that, God answered my prayer, and he answered my prayer with the EX-JW community. I think that for me, looking back, when I take it back for me, when I was sitting in a moment in time in life as a Jehovah's Witness, and I seen one person, one voice, and behind that one person and one voice, I've seen or I saw such bravery in this one girl's heart and this one woman's action. And if you don't know who I'm talking about, I'm talking none other than, and please forgive me if I don't say it totally correct, but our EX-JW sister, Candice Conti. So it's Candice Conti. I'm saying it the best way I can. But point is, she was the first to come out about 4 or 5 years ago with her story and took it public and took on the Watchtower organization. How brave she is. And me seeing her and her actions, it was like, wow, that's incredible. And that gave me encouragement. It really, really did. And I'm sure gave others as well. And that was an eye opener for me, That was a dose of reality. And what really moved me was Miss Anderson, Miss our EX-JW's sister, Barbara Anderson. And I'm quite sure a lot of you is aware, and if you're not, check her out. I believe she has a website called watchtowerdocuments.org. But if you punch her up, Barbara Anderson, and put EX-JW or Jehovah Witness, her whole story is public. And I believe she has a story in Dateline where she talks about her story. And she was another one who encouraged me, because here it is, a woman who was in the midst of everything. She's in downtown Brooklyn, Bethel, with the Jehovah Witness in the Jehovah Witness headquarters. And here it is, she's there, decades of years, and she comes across of all the cover-ups, sexual cover-ups, and with the pedophile situation there, and she chose in her spirit and her conscience and her mind to do the right thing and bring light and exposure to what the Watchtower organization was doing with the sexual abuse cover up and all of that. She gave that she gave that she gave such a, like, I mean, for me, just, I mean, when you see people like that, they take the initiative and show such bravery. It's so encouraging, and the courage, just the courage alone. And these two women is the two women for me personally. These is like my EX-JW sisters, because they in our community. They are the ones that, for me, was showing, okay, that God, that Jehovah was not happy with this religion that was claiming his name. And he started shedding the little light. He was starting to show a little sign with that alone. Now, who was awake and paying attention at that time? Well, I know I was. Mind you, like I said, I was a Jehovah Witness. I was an active brother, an active Jehovah's Witness, and this is where everything started to unravel. And this is why being a part of the JW community is so big and important to me, because it's not only about me, and it's not only big for me, but it's big for others. It's big for everybody. It's a huge thing. Everybody's showing their bravery and their courage to come out and come forth and use their voice and share their stories. Okay, we're part of exposing. We're part of exposing what goes on, what we go through, what we went through, how we feel. And that's what people need to see, and that's what people need to hear. They need to hear and they need to see this. And so for me, when I came across this information, it was a wrap. And guess what? Not for me, not just me, but everybody, I think, when they started seeing what was going on, because everything was like a trickle effect, And I think that's when, I mean, honestly speaking, let's just being honest, for me, like, those was the first two I saw. But then after them, a little shortly after them, it was like a few years later down the line, what do you see now? Just look all around you. Just check through YouTube, check through other medias, social media platforms. You're seeing not only JWs leaving the JW religion, but you seeing long time Jehovah Witnesses, 15, 20, 30 years in, leaving. You seeing long time elders, even Bethelites, you seeing leave this religion, leaving the Jehovah Witness religion. Now, for us who used to be Jehovah Witnesses, we know exactly what that means, because those people, elders, become Bethelites, if I'm saying it right. And if not, Bethelites is these either or. These positions is my point. These positions in this religion are like considered high, and positions that is considerable, like comes with like a high respect, because these persons You know, it's that's a big thing in a sense, you know. Um, and they do way more than the average regular Jehovah Witness when it comes down for Jehovah and the Watchtower organization. So it's like when you see, like I get happy, honestly, I get excited. Every time I see another EX-JW, I get excited, I'm happy. I try to give them a shout out. I try to say something encouraging. Because to me, it's like, oh, here go another EX-JW brother or sister coming to the community, you know. But when I see a JW that's an ex-elder and an ex-Bethelite, I'm like, yes, yes, yes. You know, so this is why, you know, God answered my prayer, you know, really, you know, God has answered my prayer, you know, because let me tell you, when I left, all I needed to do was see those two brave acts from those two sisters years ago. That's all I needed to do. I mean, that's all I needed to see in order to say, hey, you know what? I'm leaving. I'm gone. And I did everything. I went through the proper steps. I don't know if I mentioned that before, but you know, I met with the elders. I spoke to them. They gave me some BS story on what they do and what they follow the Watchtower. I went, made a letter, gave the letter in, and I was gone. That was a closed chapter for me. But when I left, I prayed on that. I said, listen, Jehovah, let them know, awaken them, please. And I prayed on that. And it's interesting because, like, I don't know if anybody else have, but I know I did. And I'm telling you, I feel strongly with the EX-JW community is a prayer answered. You know, God has answered my prayer. You know, He really is, and He still is. For every EX-JW that's coming out and bringing their story to light, it's like another prayer that's being answered. You know, for me. So you know, at the end of the day, I'm a strong, firm believer. And I learned that. And I believed that within that, when I was, you know, in that part of that religion. It's in there, in their information. Jehovah God is a revealer of secrets. He reveals secrets. He knows what's in the heart. He knows everything, you know. So, you know, every EX-JW that comes aboard or is a part of the EX-JW journey and part of the community, to me, is not just only another prayer answered, but it's just it's more than that. It's a JW, a Jehovah Witness that's been enlightened by God Himself, and we know now has, you know, the opportunity to see things clearly. So it's not just in a prayer for me, but it's not that I want just God to only just expose and reveal everything to me, but I want, you know, God to, you know, enlighten, like He enlightened me, but to enlighten other JWs, you know, enlighten them as well. It's not just about, it's about everyone, you know. You want everyone to be enlightened, at least the ones that choose to, like, you know, I chose to. I can't speak for everybody. So, you know, it's a beautiful thing. Every EX-JW that, you know, that leaves that JW religion is an enlightenment. You know, they're it's an enlightenment, you know, for them. And I say so respectfully for them. You know, I don't mean to speak for them, but yeah, it definitely got to feel that way, at least, of anything. You know, I know all of us, we have different, our stories is different, We're all different. We left for different reasons, but at the end of the day, we have been enlightened. I think that's fair to say. We've been enlightened through um, some type of exposure of of our old religion. Some type of secret or something has been revealed to us. And if you're an XJW like me, you're now in the right place. Okay. So use your platform. Consider using the platform of the XJW community. Many persons, start a channel. Some people, they'll probably upload a video to a channel. Some people make some people make lengthy videos of their story because that's what they feel comfortable with. Some make videos in parts. How you feel? Some make very short videos but it's important to show that you know what, once you heal and once you get to that point to share your story, you have that right. So but look, this is the thing. Honestly speaking, like, this is no secret. This is nothing new. Okay. The JW religion, what they doing and what they've done so far and what they continue to do is no secret. All right. And it's no secret because, they don't, when it comes down to, the innocent and blinded people who suffer at the hands of religion, the Jehovah Witness religion is not the only one. Okay. Honestly speaking, it's no secret. Okay. It's not only one religion. And, I do speak as a XJW on one religion because that's where I came from, but it's way bigger than one religion. You see, many people are abandoning religion, period. They're abandoning religion, period, because they go through the same things that we go through or we've been through. You see? And they're abandoning their religion. Some even abandon their faith or their beliefs. Or, you see? But this is why I say that God's not religion. This is why I say that. And why I say God's not religion, because you have to analyze it. Analyze it. Your God is God. Okay? Why lose your faith or what you believe in and what you believe in God over the man-made religions that's made out here? Why? Isn't God more powerful than religion? Think about it. Analyze it. God's not religion. In no way. I believe religion is optional, okay? And when it comes down to God, God doesn't have to be. God don't have to be optional. That's one's choice, okay? But the relationships that you have, when it comes down to it, it's all separate. Just break it down and analyze it. The relationships that you have, the relationship that you have with God is one. The relationship that you have with your religion is one. The relationship that you have with people that you worship God is different. Those is all separate, different relationships that you have, they all separate. But when something's not working out, do you chop and cut all of them off? Because if you think about it, who you worship God with, the people you worship God with, that's optional. It's not mandatory. The religion that you choose to be a part of and be with, that's also optional. The same thing with God. But the thing when it comes down to God, God doesn't have to be, it doesn't be optional. I mean, it can be if you choose to, but what I'm saying is that you can have that relationship or your relationship with God and you don't need everything else. I'm a strong believer in that. In other words, you don't need religion. You don't need to rely on religion to have a relationship with God or anything to do with God. You see? You don't need these other things that come into play to have that. Those is optional. Those is all separate. It may be very well under one umbrella when it comes down, if you want to put it in the sense of how your faith is represented. You see? But they're all different. And if you don't separate them and see it for what it is, well, it could be some sort of confusion. You know, when you have all of those together, you see, faith should be based not on your religion. Faith should not be based on your religion, just only on your unique, personal, special relationship with God. That's it. Religion holds a lot of power over people. And I believe, okay, I believe and I experienced as a JW, a Jehovah Witness, I've experienced it as being a part of, the Jehovah Witness religion. I've experienced, I've seen it. I know, religion holds power over people, but that's only if you let it. You see? And, and we need more faith in God, more support to God. You see? We don't need to be supporting religion, man-made religion. We don't need to. It doesn't says that. Where does it says that? It is not a sinful thing. That is not a sin. If someone could prove me wrong and say, hey, it is sinful, you create a sin. You're sinning because you don't support man-made religion. You're sinning because you choose to have a one-on-one relationship with God and have your faith in God without religion. I need to be proven wrong. I don't see it. God's not religion. And what happens is sometimes when you think about it, religion has all this power. And because religion has power and they have their authority, okay, you may not realize it, but unconsciously you have that authority from the religion and the power that religion possess, right? Which is man-made. And then you have God that should always have the ultimate highest authority and power over people, period. Both of them can't be equal, you see? They cannot be equal. They should never be equal. And once you do that and you lose consciousness of what's going on, something starts to change where, you know what, there's no longer the God in the picture. Your God is now, like you could say, is religion. It's dictating, or it's like a puppet. It's telling you what to do, how to do it, what's wrong. You know, I don't believe in that. I don't believe in that at all. You know, and let me tell you, God will always expose religion. Always. Always. It's happened before in the past. It probably happened in the beginning. It's happening now. And it's going to keep happening in the future. God is always going to expose the imperfection and the errors of man-made religion. Okay? So I think that it's important to bring this to light, what I'm saying. Okay? And you know, it's such a great feeling to be an Ex-JW because I'm no longer part of my old Jehovah Witness religion. It's such a great feeling. But it's even more of a greater feeling when I'm free from religion, period. And now I don't have to worry about a religion telling me what's right and what's wrong when it comes down to my personal choice and my personal decision on how to have my relationship with God. And I think it's important to bring to light, and why I want to talk about it is because it's the same thing for everybody else. Do not allow religion to almost take the place of God. And I think sometimes Christians, traditional Christians and their beliefs, that's what they do, and they're not aware of it. So, you know, it's something that if you believe in, you need to stick by, and you need to be firm in that, you know. And you know, you have to, when it comes down to it, at the end of the day, it's not about religion. It's about your relationship with God and your choice wanting to. A lot of people like myself, they made a mistake. And let me just leave with this. I made a mistake. Let me just put it out there. I made a mistake of, I want to say, having a misconception of, in order for me to have a personal relationship with God, I had to go through the avenue of religion. And it was the wrong thing I did. But you know how the Jehovah Witnesses is if you're Ex-JW. I'll never forget when I, one of the things I had asked, I was like, well, do I have to be a Jehovah Witness and part of the religion to have a relationship with Jehovah? What do you think they said? And so what do you think I wound up doing? Exactly. I had to wind up being a part of their Jehovah Witness religion, becoming baptized and all that, just to have my personal relationship with Jehovah or with God. And to be real honest with you, I didn't ever wanted to be a part of no religion. I just simply wanted to have a relationship with God. But I'm not the only one. I'm not going to feel bad. I'm not the only one who got fooled into being a JW, or I'm not the only one who probably got persuaded, or whatever you want to call it, into religion. But I tell you, this is the pure reason why I do not believe in religion and man-made religion, because of the ways that they have, and because they don't truly, in my strong opinion, reflect God how only God can reflect himself. So with that done and said, I'm going to end it off on that. And before I even finally exit off, I want to take time out to really, really thank you to hear what I'm saying, what I've said. I hope you consider some of the information that I've said. And I want to thank you if you're an ex-JW because you're a prayer answer to me. And as I'm an ex-JW, I hope I'm a prayer answer to you because we're in this together. You know, maintain your faith is a key thing in life. But just do it if you're believing in God. Believe in God and be happy. Let him bless you and take care of you. Because he was blessing you and taking care of you before religion. He was blessing you during religion. And he's going to bless you after religion. Because at the end of the day, you don't really need it. Remember, God's not religion. God's God. So to my next video, take care of yourself. Peace.